I quit my job 6 months ago. I share the updates about it frequently, and I feel I should also share this with you. If I don't, I'll not be fully honest. I'm happy about quitting, but I do have my confusions as well. Like every major choice we make in life, sometimes we go through a phase of doubting, and I do go through that also, though rarely. Most of the time, I'm upbeat about my creative pursuits, but then there are moments of blankness. The questions that rush into my head then are: have I quit at the right time? Will my YouTube channel take off? Will my novel find a publisher? Will my investments keep me in good stead for long? I realize this is normal. I've turned around these thoughts into stepping stones for me to do better and to philosophically approach life and the journey of success or failure. The past 2 weeks were tough for the Indian market. Our portfolios generally were hitting an all time low, and these conflicting questions would have originated within my head as an after effect of this loss or the perception of a loss. I know my investments are good and they'll take care of me. But even then, when I see my channel analytics trailing and falling, I worry. Why is it that people are not finding me? Why is that content like mine, which I share from my heart, not resonating with people out there? Also, the literary agents are yet to reward on my novel, and it's sometimes killing to wait for an answer. I'm also not taking up small comparing opportunities because I feel I'm digressing in my endeavor. Is it right to do so? I honestly don't know the answers, but now that I've told you all about the things that pain me occasionally, I would also want to tell you how I thrive through all this. Number one way how I keep myself steady is my habits support me. Been always a child who kept good routines and habits, and I could safely say that quality is staying with me through my adulthood too. Eating good food, trying to get quality sleep every day, getting my body to do some physical activity every day, journaling, drinking at least 2 to 3 liters of water every day, meditation, spending time with nature, like nature walks, or visiting parks like this one, listening to healing Buddhist chants, listening to good music, managing my finances well. All these habits have helped me come back from a pit of disappointment or confusion many times, and it seems I'm resorting to these even today when these questions about my decisions try to pull me down. Secondly, my positive mindset stabilizes me. I push myself to see the positive side of every possible thing that it almost gets my friends to tease me about it. But contagious, intense positivity is way better than negativity, right? I expose myself to positive content on social media. Even movies and series that could share a whiff of good feeling are my always go to. I follow people who are inspiring and living their lives mindfully and consciously. I read books which embark me on a ride of positivity, taking guidance from the people who have already done the things I dream of. I also ensure that I don't mull over too much on the dark and saddening news from world over, but I do keep myself updated about it and send a prayer to those who are suffering. That eventually helps me keep my energy and aura clear and also helps me share some good energy towards the world. Thirdly, my conscious, intentional living efforts have helped me curb the rush of modern life and the need for instant gratification. For me, living intentionally is about hitting the pause button on the chaos of everyday life. I've learned to slow down, breathe deeply, and let go of the need for instant gratification. It's not always easy, but it's worth it. When I'm mindful and present, I feel more connected to myself and the world around me. This clarity has been a game changer in helping me navigate the constant questions that swirl in my head. Am I making the right choice? By tuning in to my inner compass, I've become more confident in my decision making. It's also because I've learned to trust my instincts and listen to my inner voice rather than getting caught up in self doubt and uncertainty. It's a feeling of freedom and empowerment that I'm grateful for every day. So, self doubts will always come, but the effect of slowing down of my life has held the self doubt from preventing me take daily action towards my dreams. I will watch those self doubts hovering around me and acknowledge them and let them slowly dissipate. Number four is my trust in the universe helps me wait. My trust in the universe has been a powerful anchor in calming the storms of uncertainty that inevitably arise. When questions and doubts creep in, threatening to disrupt my daily life, I remind myself that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This trust allows me to wait patiently rather than trying to force answers or control outcomes. I've come to understand that the universe has its own timeline and that sometimes the best action is no action at all. By surrendering to this trust, I found a sense of peace and freedom that lets me live in the present, untethered from the constant need for certainty. I no longer feel the need to micromanage every detail or obsess over every unknown. Instead, I have learned to trust that the universe is working in my favor, even when I don't have all the answers. This trust has been a liberating force in my life, allowing me to focus on what's truly important and let go of the rest. Finally, my efforts in understanding the philosophy of life through the words of an almost enlightened human, a guru, sets all things back into perspective for me. My efforts in understanding the philosophy of life through the words of Thich Nhat Hanh, Thai, a spiritual teacher whose wisdom has been a guiding light for me, has been instrumental in setting all things back into perspective. His teachings on mindfulness, compassion, and the interconnectedness of all beings have helped me to see beyond the veil of uncertainty and doubt that often shrouds my mind. Whenever I find myself getting caught up in the whirlwind of questions and fears, I turn into his writings and find solace in his gentle yet profound wisdom. His words have a way of calming the storms within me, reminding me that everything is impermanent, including my thoughts and emotions. By embracing this impermanence, I've learned to let go of my attachment to specific outcomes and instead focus on cultivating a sense of inner peace and clarity. Thich Nhat Hanh's teachings have also helped me to develop a greater sense of compassion and understanding for myself and others. I've come to realize that we're all struggling with our own doubts and fears, and that by acknowledging and accepting this shared humanity, we can begin to heal and find peace. Through his wisdom, I've gained a deeper understanding of the world and my place in it, and this has been a truly liberating experience. So, these five key things are holding me tight, no matter what sometimes my head tells me. My heart knows the way. I know my instincts will guide me through all times, good, bad, and ugly. Because the universe functions in her own time. I will wait. Thank you for staying with me till here, my friend. See you later in another video. Take care.